Dive into the chaos, here we go. Social media lunacy steals the show. Crazy sin just means wrapped up tight. Scroll through the madness every night.
Today, we are finally back after, like, I want to say a month long of me not doing this series. I've been wanting to cover this thing for, like, a bit now. I've just been really under the weather, so I haven't been able to record anything new. But, me and Futon are back, covering Just a Robot and his shit show.
The newest shit show.
Yeah, the current one.
He's been a shit show ever since T-Moss Boss.
As of February 1st, 2025, the current shit show. But yeah, to give you guys a little bit of context for the two people who are watching and don't know, Just a Robot decided to defend a, I don't know, what would you call her? A Discord groomer?
I guess the way that I'd put it is he spent his entire career looking for people to protect him against imaginary threats.
Well, yeah. Okay, I guess we can go that far back.
Yeah, and this time, the only people, that he saw, Cinebear, they have a lot of subs, but they're in a lot of trouble, and I've been describing the people the same way as Tipster and Kerfuffle were with Vosh, where they figured that if they get in, if they're the only ones who defend him, that he'll appreciate it down the line.
Yeah,
because he's...
I guess if we're going to go that far back, I'll give a brief introduction to how I know Jar. So, long story short with how I know Jar, Just a Robot got in some drama with my ex-associate Doodle Tones almost 10 years ago. And when that drama was happening, Doodle Tones had already thrown me under the bus and had made a rivalry with me. So I ended up reaching out to Jar, and me and him and a couple other dorks who were slighted by Doodle, R.I.P. Dark Scythe, we decided to make a trolling group called the Alt CC. And the whole goal of the Alt CC was to harass Doodle Tones to the point where she deleted her account. That was the intended goal. A lot of people have made up goals and motivations later. It's kind of like Gamergate in a way, where people lie about what the intentions were or just misremember what the intentions were. But it was a Doodle Tones trolling brigade. That's why most of the videos focused on Doodle Tones. So the Alt CC came and went, and when it came and went, I also left that community. Well, when I left that community, Jar decided to take credit for the entirety of the Alt CC's existence. He decided to befriend Doodle Tones and then proceed to shit talk me multiple times. And the thing is,
so
like, when you shit talk someone behind the scenes, like, someone's going to screen cap it and send it to people. So when I knew that he was, like, shit talking me, I just quit associating with him and quit talking to him. When talking to him wasn't really ever too interesting to begin with. He only ever called me when he was drunk and needed someone to, like, talk to while he passed out in a call. It was very weird. He said a lot of gross shit in those calls, and I'd rather not begin to remember the shit that he said, but he's a weirdo. He's a fucking weirdo, always has been. I knew what
Hey, Dylan, I'm trying to get to sleep.
That's about how it was.
Me?
That's about how it was. He's like, you know, Dylan, you're such a good friend. But yeah, I knew what he sounded like years before anyone else did. Didn't leak that shit. I knew a lot of personal info about him because he was dumb and fucking told me a bunch of shit like his real name in a fucking call while he was drunk. And I didn't reveal that shit because I'm not a dickhead. But yeah, years go by. he decides to continue being a two-faced little worm, and he befriends and backstabs a bunch of people. I have no room to talk on that regard, but Jar tried to go into multiple communities and always got laughed out. He tried to be a power scaler, he tried to be a commentator, he tried to be an art CC person, he tried to be in the cartoon reviewing community, and no matter what, he just sucked at what he was doing. He was years behind on everyone else's presentations, and most of the time, I'm going to say this now, he straight up plagiarized people. And this is where I get to talk about my actual fucking issue with Just a Robot. When I associated with Just a Robot, he plagiarized me multiple times. On multiple My Is Stupid videos, Jar just watched My Is Stupid video and then just made a video a week or so afterwards parodying what I said in My Is Stupid video. Most notably, my Turkey Tom Is Stupid video. A video that took me over, like, I want to say 3 weeks to make. One of the videos I put the most fucking effort into. He copied it. And so I have no good blood with Jar. It started with us being associates. It started with him being an alright, if not slightly mentally challenged man, to him being a social grifter and a chameleon. There is no real Just a Robot. He'll say and do whatever he has to fit into whatever community he wants to that week. And this is what's got him into this situation where he tried to defend a Discord groomer named Cinebear, who is talking to little kiddos in the Discord servers, little Discord kittens. And our best friend of the show, Kumo, was involved in this because he also wanted to fuck the groomer. I don't know why everyone wants to fuck this ugly bitch, but Kumo apparently wanted to.
Kumo's been trying to make a Jar video for at least 2 years.
Yeah, I hit up Kumo when he was involved in this shit, and he gave me a wonderfully worded, elegant response. I will have to fucking censor all the slurs, but I'll say what he told me. I said, hey. He said, what? I said, why are you defending this any person? Not gonna lie, kinda cringe. He said, okay, F-slur, you can kill yourself, and make sure you choose the most painful way to do it. I haven't defended Cinny, and I hope you get gang raped by a pack of rabid inslurs. You insufferable, retarded K-slur. And that's what he had to say to me for calling him cringe. I called him cringe, and he said that. Not an overreaction at all. So,
and people who were defending Kumo to me were going, "Oh wow, that's so base that he said that." And what I finally turned people around with was him. Oh god, what's his name? The guy who he tried to cancel for dating a 14-year-old when he was 15. It was Brother Near. He tried to cancel him for one of his friends dating a 14-year-old when they were 15. And so when I would point it out to people, that's when I think I had a nice tiny little bit to do with the tide turning. I set the stage. As
so
I do.
I have no good blood with Kumo or Jar. Even though I didn't do anything to Kumo, he just all of a sudden flipped to hating me because he literally has schizophrenia. So I can't hold it too personally. He's literally schizophrenic. So just letting my biases out there before we start this, because I'm not going to be very nice to either of them.
My problem with him is that he's a control freak. Every conversation I've had with him was immediately turned into him telling me who I am and who I'm not allowed to talk to.
Well, yeah, he's schizophrenic. You can't be too shocked that he has delusions. Like, delusions of grandeur is, like, one of the main things with schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is basically, like, super bipolar. Actually, super bipolar level 3. Anyway, let's get into this jar video. It's 48 minutes long. Will we be able to make it through?
Oh, I hope so.
Hey everyone, a couple of months. These last few months have been very chaotic to say the least, and I know a lot of you have many questions. You're curious about my side of the story. Don't worry, I brought receipts. I know most people won't care for what I have to say. The tea has gone cold and they've moved on to talking about people like Mutahar and Nuxtaku. But at least you're here watching this unmonetized video of mine,
So, I want to say first of all, virtue signal on the monetizing the video or not, no one gives a shit. Anyone who pretends like they do, they're a grifter, don't fucking listen to them. But also, I think this video was pre-recorded well beforehand, solely because he said Nuxtaku and fucking Mutahar drama. The Nuxtaku Mutahar drama was cold by the time this video came out.
Yeah, this was recorded many, many times. This was way, way overcooked. You can hear the record. I think even
the audio quality is changing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think even the equipment changed.
Yeah. So this video was calculated, was planned, and was not like hesitated on.
So my first comment with all of that is, hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break.
I have no idea what that's from.
Oh, you'll recognize that as it goes.
so you don't have to even worry about giving me money by viewing this video. Or maybe you're just
No one gives a shit. Jar, I've always watched your videos with ad block on. I never turned off that pesky ad block for you.
viewing this.
A lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true, though. Just as long as it's entertaining to you through the restreamers, right?
Who's looking to farm a few more clicks off of me. I'm not gonna
Damn straight. Time to farm a few more clicks. Emphasis on few.
All aboard!
sugarcoat things. I fucked up. I really dropped the ball on this situation.
How many times have you had to make this video, Jar? Like, how many unlisted or privated videos are there just like this? You know what I'm talking about. Look me dead in the eye and tell me how many times you've made this same damn video. I fucked up. It's a lot. It's a lot of times.
And he does not understand the fuck-ups. He never has.
No.
I guess to get into it now, where he's homeschooled and he's dyslexic and he refuses to read because trying to read gives him a headache, so he doesn't bother ever trying to build up the resistance or listening. Obviously refuses to listen to audiobooks, because if he did, he wouldn't need sleepy time calls. So he's completely incurious about the world, and he gives commentary on the world. He keeps talking about media that he can't even sit through.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what direction he's taking any of his channels.
I can't even say that I was manipulated or enabled to get involved with the cine drama, because both my roommate and my girlfriend and even my
Oh, there's text. There's text that he's not going to say aloud. I want to make this clear. They thought defending someone, getting bashed like I've done before, would lead to me fighting a... Wait, is that wrong?
A guy.
Age inst drama channels for years like I've done before. They didn't want to see me deal with that again. I have no room to talk. I've typoed plenty of times before, but that's two. And
But
go through
if you
the
recorded
hardship.
If you recorded this many times and you had so it's obvious that he added the text in very last second.
It's
Because
not
otherwise Professor Dreadlock, would you look at this?
Professor Dreadlock, please be my spell check. It's not that they thought I was in the wrong because they didn't see the final video. Also, yeah, capital also, yes, I will be adding text throughout, not how that's spelled, throughout this video, so people are less Leakly. Or less leakly to misunderstand me.
Oh,
The misunderstanding me.
Misunderstanding it. She's the worst.
It's like, what, 5? You get an F for that.
Yeah, we used to date, and man, don't want to talk about it. So, all aboard the toxic gossip train or to chug down the tracks of misinformation.
Neighbor told me that what I was doing was stupid and reckless. Even I knew that defending someone from the art scene.
Oh no, there's more! Why couldn't you just record this shit? Even
no.
people I've helped a lot, like Hopeless Peaches, didn't go well for me in the end. You shouldn't do something because it will help you in the end. You should do something because you think it's right. I was one of the people who helped Spoctor as well. Yeah, so was I, dickhead. I was actually the one who started the Defending Spoctor movement and was the person who got people like Ponder and Doodle to fucking look into the situation more, and then Jar took all the fucking credit. Again, I was one of the people who helped Spoctor as well. Helping people feel...
Spacoder.
What?
Spacoder.
Oh, I don't know who Spacoder is. Helped Spacoder as well. Helping people feels good, but isn't good for you in the long run. Helping people isn't good for you in the long run.
What does he think that helping people looks like? It's so weird where
I do something for them and they do something for me. That is helping people.
But what does he think that them doing something for him looks like?
Defending him when he defends a pedophile.
Oh, fair enough.
Go bad for me. I, along with everybody who was close to me, expected me to get some backlash, but not this much backlash. They're not even telling me they told me so because they didn't even expect it to get this bad. But before I get into what's going on and all the allegations against me, I would like to apologize to a few people. I would like to
Jar, how long have you been doing this?
That's what I'm saying. This is not the first time he's done this video. Like, he's made so many videos almost identically to this. And it's so disingenuous because he has, like, the generic edgy fucking stock footage in the background. Like, come on, Jar. Come on. It might as well be fucking raindrops with sad Undertale music playing.
Friend, my roommate, and my neighbor for not listening to them. You guys know me best, and you were looking out for my best interest.
No, we don't.
I should have listened to you guys, and now I'm facing the consequences for my actions.
They don't know you at all.
I would like to apologize to my editor, Lorenzo, for any backlash he might have
Also, hey, Lorenzo. I never had an issue with you. I just always thought you were kind of annoying.
faced from editing my video. Even you were worried about things going wrong after I released the video, and I'm sorry for making you edit it in the first place. I hope the extra money I gave you can make up for my mistake. I would like to apologize to
Jar keeps bringing up the financials of this situation, and I don't give a shit about the financials. No one should.
These are such great clips to use in a video where you're talking about grooming children. You know, just like, I hope the extra money I gave you was worth it.
Lorenzo is an adult.
Just, yeah, but he keeps taking agency away from these people.
Yeah.
I know for how my video affected her. You were so young and no one should go.
See?
that fucking vein of caring. You're so young. I never meant for you to die in the war. No one should die that young.
It's a one-way ticket to Manipulation Station.
Like, come on, tone it down 5 degrees, Jar.
Through that at your age, along with anyone who might have been made uncomfortable by things I've said in my video. And I'm also sorry to my fans for disappointing them. What I did was incredibly stupid, and I understand if you unsubscribed from me. I'm not upset with everybody who has made a video on me, because I can understand.
Tie me to the tracks and harass me for my past.
He is upset about the people who made videos on him. As someone who's been in a Discord call with him, crying about all the 82 videos made from the commentary community on him about Pokemon, I can guarantee you he is upset with everyone who made a video on him, including me with this video.
It's
Them are
all
coming
Ponder
from.
organizing
Granted, there are a
these
few
people
who have
against me.
said some crazy things about me.
Like, I knew how this guy was. I warned you how he was.
Also, I'm just gonna say this now. In this audio here, Kumo is a complete fucking lunatic. He straight up multiple times calls Jar a rapist, and I don't want to address it each individual time, so I'm just gonna say that's fucking stupid. Kumo wanted to fuck the pedophile, and he went way overboard. And anyone who humored Kumo throughout this shit, you should just fucking leave the community because you are too stupid to be involved in this type of drama. Like,
Well,
it was,
those rumors look like facts if you don't mind the gaps.
it was
You know,
obvious.
he won't survive in the crash, but, you know, hey, at least, you know, Kumo's having fun.
It was obvious that Kumo was fucking unhinged. I said that Kumo was unhinged and would be a danger to people months before this shit happened. And I mean, like, literally last January when he got in a call with that one guy on Now Recording. Like, the way that he handled that situation was so fucking stupid. The way that he handled...
It was Mr. Sen.
Yeah, the Mr. Sin situation, the way that he handled the Peaches situation, the fucking girl carving his name on her, like, all of that shit should have been enough red flags for people to not associate with him. But they did,
Well,
and then he did
it's-
something stupid.
Well, it's like Beavers on Now Recording always, I don't want to say hates Kumo, but he was always against, you know, bringing Kumo back into the house.
I came out of retirement early because Kumo and Sin's fucking argument was so boring that I wanted to desperately save that episode. Like, that episode needed anything besides their conversation.
I told you what position you were in, and I was very conscious and scared on your behalf because of what position you.
I'm scared on your behalf. I'm offended from Jar on your behalf. Me lady.
Only listen to me, Ree.
were in. Jar could have raped her. Jar could have raped you, and that's
Jar could have raped you over the internet. He could have just grabbed you through the computer screen and just roboted you.
probably what he was trying to like. That was probably his dream, his end goal.
Just saying, Jar's a tall guy, but Jar's a slow guy, if you know what I mean. There's no way that Jar would be able to finesse her to meet him in person, let alone actually do anything.
I love that he looks like. Do you remember when people would do the tiny face memes of not Carrie? No, actually, yeah, I think Carrie and the Mormon guy who was running for president. But he looks like the tiny face meme.
He's literally just the fucking character from that one anime I don't watch. Like, he stole his avatar.
I'm going over a lot more than just the Cine stuff in this video, because just about every bad or questionable thing I have done is out there now. If you're only here for one specific allegation and you don't care to watch this entire video, don't worry.
What are the other ones? The simping
Wow.
allegations? That's also the Cine thing. Jaden and...
I can,
Okay, that one's funny.
I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things.
I'll be providing timestamps.
Is it
for
hitting you
specific
yet? What
allegations.
How I talk to people, the Jaden with a lowercase j animations drawing. Do I have a fart fetish? Videocon, not VidCon. Videocon. The handshake from hell. Miss Anthropony / Zaid. Kumo. Ending thought.
Yeah,
Wow.
just compare how long each section is compared to each other. Like 5 minutes to explain a handshake. And he fails.
The biggest problem with my video draft about Cine by far is how soft I went on her. I regret that even more now due
How
to...
soft
No.
you went on her. You literally fellatioed her. It's not going soft. It's not going soft. You literally said she's innocent. You're like, you're just a coomer. Like, no, that's not going soft. You literally were playing ball with her. Like, you were literally like, people are misunderstanding you. I will fix your reputation and help you. Like,
I don't think I can do his laugh at her talking about her sexual issues. I don't think I can do his laugh without hurting myself.
The fact that new information has been released about Cinny. I don't like being lied to, especially by people who wanted my help, but I fell for what she told me, being the gullible fool that I am. I didn't.
no, you were thinking with the
Jar.
wrong head, and that's why you fell for her.
No,
Like-
it's not that he wasn't listening. He wasn't even reading. He could have done text
Well,
to
he can't
speech.
spell. What makes you
Yeah,
think he
well,
can read?
He obviously knows how to use text to speech because he uses that for his voice.
The
And you know,
the
Even
thing,
though my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say.
the thing that I have to say is like Jar tries to play completely ignorant to him like flirting with this girl, but he was so obviously flirting with this girl. I'm not saying that he was going to cheat on his girlfriend with her in person or whatever, but he was obviously flirting with this girl. Like, he constantly brought up sexual shit, and I'm not gonna bring up the stupid "show me your pussy" or "that's a nice pussy" or whatever fucking thing he said. I'm bringing up all the times you called her a coomer, all the times you brought up all the sexual shit with her. That's what I'm bringing up. Like, it was more than a business relationship, and you fucking know that.
he was always the one to bring it up first.
Yeah, he was the one to engage in it. And I will say, Jar is a sexual person. He gets into sexual conversations with people nonstop. But like the perception of someone thinking that that's you hitting up on her is 100% correct. You don't have to have any intentions of taking it further than flirting, but you are hitting up on her. You hit up on every girl and some guys.
didn't believe that Cinny is a pedo, and I still don't believe she's a pedo. I don't
But you can make the case that she's at least a groomer. So, she's not a pedo, but she is an adult who looks for people who are underage, so then they can condition them to do stuff with them. There's a word for this, and I just can't thunk it. I guess
But
we'll just
today
have to forget it.
I only want to talk about the facts. I hope you'll be willing to listen. Here we go.
I don't believe she had a desire to get with the minor or exchange nudes with the minor. I
Many
never
years
said
ago,
that
she
Cinny
used
did
to
was
message
okay,
her
as it
fans,
was
but not in a creepy way like a
inappropriate
lot of
and
you
an
are
optics
suggesting.
nightmare. Usually I would expect that if someone was grooming, that the groomer would intend to get with them.
It was more in a loser kind of way.
Grooming does not have to have any intention of meeting someone in person or getting photos from them. Grooming can just be conditioning someone to get into the same fetish as you, conditioning someone to be comfortable with sexual situations or sexual conversations. There are a lot of different ways that someone can get off, and a lot of people get off to the fact of exposing minors to that type of material. And that is what Cinny was doing. Those type of people don't have to meet in person. Those type of people usually prefer to not meet in person. They're internet creeps. They're literally the people the PSAs in the 90s told you to watch out for on the internet.
At least this was my thought process at the time, based off of all the other grooming cases I have seen. I didn't believe she did what she did out of malicious
Define
intent
grooming,
or to
Jar.
hurt anyone.
Define
I
it.
really believe that she was just incredibly socially retarded, along with the fact that I really wanted to believe
jeez.
Not just socially, Jar. Not
Where
just
she was-
socially.
She was just trying to be besties with everyone. It was kind of like when you go to a family gathering, you know, and there's this weird aunt who keeps coming up to you and going, "Hey, girl, what's the tea?" You're like, that was her, but in group chats with her fans.
Well, actually, not her, how's the tea? It's how's the rape comic.
Can you read it for me? Read it for me and word out all of the moans.
that she wasn't as guilty as everyone was painting her out to be, along with the fact that she was encouraged to draw suggestive artwork when she was 14.
Yeah,
That's
this is
why I took
suggestive.
pity on
Yeah, but that's the thing, like...
What?
her because I
Is he
thought-
saying Cinny was Cinny was convinced to draw lewd stuff at 14?
Yeah, that Cindy was groomed into it by.
So the thing is like, just because you're groomed, it doesn't excuse you continuing to groom. It actually makes it more likely that you would groom. That's not a favor for her, that's a favor against her. Like, she was conditioned into it, so she thinks it's okay to condition other people into it. But it's still wrong, and she needs to be held accountable for it.
Check out the names of people that are in his party.
Jar, Jaden, oh my god. What a creep. Jaden has a boyfriend, you fucking weirdo, and you have a girlfriend.
What she did was out of stupidity and not malice. I truly believe
She's
that
my
I was
beautiful
onto something
Valkyrie.
comparing this to the Pyro drama, because Pyro
So yet again, like I said earlier, he plagiarized my pyrocynical Turkey Tom video. So I'm really interested to hear what he has to say about this.
Time for everyone to take a shot.
When they
Every
turned
time he brings up
age when
Pyro.
they turned 16, not when they were 15. And he said, and I quote here, shouldn't have continued the furry stuff with him, along with the fact that Pyro got a 15-year-old who he knew was 15 to draw a thicker, lewder, sexier version of his avatar. I thought to myself, well, if people are okay
After
with
I
Pyro
watched
doing
Dylan's
this,
video, I
then
thought
aren't
to
they okay?
myself,
Like, literally, his thing is, well, if Pyro can get away with it, why can't she? Did you consider that it was wrong in both situations?
Do you think that he thinks there's a correlation? Or does he only... I would love to talk to him and, like, figure out how he is this content-brained in such a regarded fashion.
See, the thing is like, I didn't defend Pyro in any of the fucking situations of talking inappropriately to people. All I said was in the main situation that Turkey Tom referred to, that Pyro didn't know the age of the person, that there was nothing proving that he knew the age. And to this day, I'm pretty sure that's still true. But everything else Pyro did, he's a fucking creep. Like, fuck Pyro. I haven't watched that guy in years because he's a fucking weirdo. Why would you ever watch anyone like that? And that's how I feel about Cindy, too. I don't know who Cindy is. Never did. But fuck her. I wouldn't watch her.
With Cindy's actions. I think we all know that if the Pyro drama started with Pyro immediately uploading a video saying, guys, I admit to it, I groomed a minor, and I knew what I was doing was wrong. That drama...
Yeah, but he didn't fucking do that. Like, Cindy did the exact same thing that Dr. Disrespect literally just did and blew up in his face. She has no excuse to think that that was okay. And no, I don't think that she was fucking peer pressured into admitting that she fucking, like, groomed somebody. She knew it was the truth, and then she was peer pressured into taking it back.
but you know, Pyro hasn't done that for years, you see, because he changed his behavior and took accountability. But that's not very interesting, is it?
would have gone completely differently. And I believe that Cindy was gaslit into doing that by her roommate who goes by it pronouns.
That's another thing. He is extremely fucking, like, discriminative to that person who has it pronouns. Like, he is constantly demeaning them throughout everything that he does involving that person. Like, he tries to make it seem like he's being, like, politically correct. But no, he's doing the same shit he's always done. Jar is politically incorrect. Jar does lean more towards the right. And Jar does do this shit. And the thing is like, I'm not judging him. I've said some stuff to trigger people. I've said a lot of offensive shit in the past. But I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some type of fucking ally now. Yeah, I have trans friends. Yeah, I have fucking people in my real life that I don't give a shit what their background is. But I still said the edgy shit that I said.
Well, it's like Kumo's stated goal was to get Sydney out of the way so that he could go after Birdie, which, you know, nothing's stopping you from going after Birdie. And
I don't believe Kumo on that. I don't fucking believe him.
And there is no time limit for going after Birdie, because, you know, obviously now look, you know, everyone's going after Birdie, and Jar is going to bring this up as well. He's going to say, you know, because of that justifies everything I did. And that was the other thing that Kumo went through with all of this, like Birdie and the victim and everyone, where he was saying, you know, and these people, they're now these over-sexualized people. It's like, yeah, it's almost as if they were groomed.
That I
Because
came
he's like,
to,
they didn't start
along
out this way.
with
It's like, yes,
witnessing
that
him
is how
beating
grooming works.
few people in debates about it, I thought he might have been onto something, so I decided that I should help her as well. I now realize that not all the chat logs were released between Ivory and Pyro in the same way they were for Cinny.
You know,
also,
you
I believe
don't
Cinny released
understand.
the full logs herself, but I wasn't aware of that when I was working on my
These
video.
do not equate.
My thing is like, you should be aware of literally everything you can be before you start recording a video. Like, he had a whole video recorded and prepped, and then he's like, but guys, I was still looking into it. I just paid an editor to edit the whole thing, and I had every intention to pay him to edit in more. And it's like, why on God's green earth would you edit together a whole cut of your video, upload it unlisted, share the link with people, and think that this is a good idea?
I just looked at the Google Doc, and all I saw as I flipped through were screenshots that I thought were, really sexy. So I thought this was all just a toxic gossip train filled with hateful accusations to steamroll all over these people's reputation.
Jar lacks the intelligence to actually be able to cover a situation like this, and the fact that he couldn't even get something as simple as an interview from the fucking people involved to verify this shit shows his lack of preparation. The fact that he didn't look through all of the docs involved, which there were multiple, the fact that he didn't do enough research at all, and the fact that the main fucking testimony comes from the fucking perpetrator. Like, what were you doing?
Well, he
What
thinks
were you
that calling it.
thinking?
What were you thinking? Like, he thinks that if you just call something an interview, it is an interview. Like, he has no curiosity about how anything actually works. Like, that things are just words, and that
Yeah,
if
but
you
that's like
label something, that's what it suddenly becomes. That words mean nothing anymore.
that's like making a murder documentary and the only perspective you got was the murderers. Like, why would you do that? Of course
and you
it's going
don't
to be
even ask them about
biased.
the murder. You just ask them how they feel about it, if they're sleeping well.
So I heard you murdered a lot of women. I bet you're a coomer.
At least I don't think I was. On top of that, Cinny is a repeat offender to a very disturbing degree. It would be like Pyro getting accused of everything he did, with the Call Me Carson allegations on top of that,
There's no
along with a
like.
bunch of other things. My main understanding of morality
I love that he scrolls through the docket that he should have fucking seen to begin with, that's full of proof of the grooming. And then he's just like, yeah, I'm not going to address all that. I'm just going to say it happened. Bye.
Yeah, and how many times has he made fun of prison mate Luke for that?
Yeah, he's no better. He's that, you hit the nail on the fucking head. He's prison mate Luke.
is that hypocrisy is the most objectable sin. I also understand that nothing can get you canceled harder than a child grooming allegation that a lot of people believe. I saw how people
You see, that's the worst thing that can happen to someone is cancellation. And the thing that gets you canceled is hypocrisy. And therefore, hypocrisy is the worst crime.
Well, he believes hypocrisy is the worst crime because he fucking associated with Doodle Tones for so long. Doodle Tones acts like she's gonna have a fucking conniption whenever someone calls her a hypocrite.
Yeah, and he has absolutely no
You called
clue
me a
about the
hypocrite? That's
outside
8
world.
more video responses for you.
Team
I
Oz
so I
boss.
thought they were about to do the same with this situation. The first draft of my Cinny video was originally made to bash her. That being said, I still went soft.
In
on her
all
than
seriousness,
most
I
people
do
did,
think it's
and I
really
was planning
important to
add more
hold
to my
people
video draft
accountable
as
for
the
their
drama-
mistakes.
See, the thing that...
We should all hope that Cindy Bear can learn from their mistakes and grow and change their behavior and be a better person. This is something I've always tried to do when I make mistakes. And it's something I will continue to try and, what? Oh, you don't care? Okay.
The thing that fucking gets me is, usually in a situation, Jar waits till everyone talks about everything and makes their videos so he can watch their videos for inspiration and then just copy what they say for his video. But for the one time that he didn't do that, he defends the groomer. The one time he didn't do it, he royally fucked it up. So this is like the one time where I say, just keep plagiarizing. You can't be trusted to have your own opinion. Just keep plagiarizing.
And the only thing I'm doing right is not trying to sing in the jar voice.
Went on, I really should have focused on being more professional and objective with the sensitive information around Cinny. Instead, I took her at her word, and I gave her way more charitability than she deserved. As you can hear at the end of the full call I had with Cinny,
Yeah, Jar, you're so
I said that I would be
charitable.
making a new draft in defense of Cinny before I talked to Jack. But yeah, I'm going to be changing my video a lot, and I'm also gonna have to reach out to Jack because, you know, I know
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
'cause he's
have to
out.
reach out to Jack. Didn't beforehand, probably should have, but I guess I'll have to reach out to them now. You know, the
As now he's in
victim.
another room with a different recording. He's using Mr. Medicare's mic right now.
Yeah, I can already hear the comments on this video. Oh, Jar's gaslighting, manipulating. He's a narcissist and a rat. I would never make a mistake like that.
Uh-oh. Have fun with that. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the video ready because knowing Jack, they're probably gonna panic and try to control the narrative. Like, I thought I was being fair by doing that because I only talked to Cinny after I had a draft ready to upload on her, but now I can see that was an incredibly stupid move. I was
He
planning for
thinks these are
Saturday to
good
be...
clip chimps. He's clip chimping the things that make him look the worst.
The thing is like, you think that he would learn from, like, being in the community for so long that this is not how you handle a drama, that this is not how you cover this shit? And plus, with how many times he's been associated with people who literally fall into the same fucking trap of defending the creep and then ruining their life. Like, we literally just had the Lio Convoy shit, where one of his friends ended up getting canceled because they defended the creep.
And he's supposedly is running these by neurotypicals. What is he telling the neurotypicals before he shows them these clips?
I mean,
That's
you can
making them
ask
sign off on it.
you can ask ChatGPT if it's good to defend someone who has sexual allegations thrown at them with little to no evidence, and it'll tell you no, it's not good.
be a day where I would at Jack on Twitter, along with a day to look over a whole bunch of videos about Cinny to make sure that my information was correct. Unfortunately, the last draft that I was still in the middle
No,
of
it
adding
was
stuff
because you could
to
see her
was
avatar.
leaked by Kumo.
I refuse to call that a draft. If the video is fully fucking edited, has background music, has all your stills in play, has everything set up, has the "my eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube" in it, like, that's a video. That's a full fucking video. That's not a draft. It's a video that
here's
you're
a-
going to re-edit because it's shit, but it's a video. And also, Kumo had no right to fucking leak it. Kumo's a piece of shit, and you should have copyright struck him for doing it.
But the reason that he does it is because he thinks that everything equates 1-to-1.
He wants good boy points for not striking people, and he wants his Dino Nuggies delivered and his Reddit gold at his fucking footstep when he requests it. But it's like, fucking, he stole your content. He uploaded it before you were ready to fucking make it public. It doesn't matter how many fucking cat pictures he puts on it. Strike that fucker.
And you're gonna love the examples that he uses for why he didn't strike it. But here's a question.
Example
that no one has
1, I'm dumb. Example 2, I'm dumb. Example 3, did I mention I'm dumb?
But here's a question that I don't think anyone has asked. Where's this interview with Birdie?
He ain't gonna fucking do shit. He ain't gonna fucking do shit. He's only worried about himself here. He isn't gonna fucking continue this. He's probably gonna hop onto a completely different fucking community after this and be I hate drama. I never wanted to do drama.
But no, he was going to interview Birdie before finishing the video. The video was finished. Where was the interview with Birdie?
He probably didn't do it. He probably didn't fucking do it.
and I panicked
I think he
uploaded
did.
what I had. As you can see from this screenshot, which is of my Cine video, I uploaded it unlisted on October 10th, which was a Tuesday, and the actual Cine video was planned to go live on Sunday, but then Kumo leaked this version.
Too bad it's Tuesday. This video would have been up if it was Sunday.
So what
Wait.
was he going to change in that time period? How long did it take him to come out with this video? But he thought that the Cinebear video was going to be changed? That he was
Also,
going
like-
to change it in a meaningful way in that amount of time?
How can we believe him that it was going to come out on Sunday? Like, how do we know that that version wasn't meant to be uploaded? There's no way to know. It already has a description. Who adds a description to a fucking draft?
Professor Dreadlock, come in here and tell Dylan that he's wrong.
Like, who adds a description to a draft? I bet you had tags, too. Like, what the fuck?
Version of the video, so I foolishly decided to upload this version because the other one still wasn't finished. I don't do YouTube full time. I have a job.
That's
I
not
have
the
Saturdays
foolish
and
thing.
Sundays off.
Hey, dipshit, I don't do YouTube full-time, and I have a job, too. But, do you know what I don't have? I don't have editors working for me. I don't have people checking my scripts, because I don't script, believe it or not. I also take responsibility for all my own actions, and, I don't fucking do this.
And he's also pretending that we haven't heard him say in recent interviews that he can't hold down a job.
Imagine using the I
that-
touch grass argument as a defense in this situation. Like, imagine if I was getting shit again because I did something really stupid and I'm like, guys, I have a job, I go outside, I have sex with women? Like, that's my defense? Like, come on, Jar.
Well, the argument worked great for Creepshow art.
That's Sundays off. That's why I was trying to do extra research on Saturday.
No, you
We
weren't.
got it through Romantic Goblin as I was in the middle of asking people
Okay.
to look over it to see if there was any mistakes I needed to correct. I asked people like Miss Anthony.
For anyone who watched this video who hadn't been following it closely enough that they know that he's lying through his teeth, how many of them would have any idea who Romantic Goblin is?
I only know Goblin because she was sucking off Kumo the whole time. She was fucking riding and spinning on Kumo. Like, that's the only way I know fucking Goblin.
But he's name dropping her with the same voice that he uses for name dropping Pyrocynical. He puts
Yeah,
them on the same.
She's a fucking nobody. I don't know why he even bothers.
Pony, a Kumu, not to be confused with Kumo, and others if they could look over my video.
The other said it was a good video, and they asked not to. And the other said it was a good video, and they asked not to be shown. So I have people agreeing with me, but they're worried about their reputation.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that all of you are perfect, so please criticize me. Bring out the daggers made of your perfect past and stab me repeatedly in my metal back.
I was even debating on whether I should have Chud look it over because he knew about the Cine situation.
He is such a fucking liar. He wanted Chud to fucking help him in this situation. He wanted to fucking bring this shit to Chud's channel and fucking collaborate with Chud and get Chud in on it. And Chud saw it for what it is, because I guess Chud is smarter than Jar, and fucking called him out on it.
Imagine that. And he should not be saying debate and Chud in the same sentence if he doesn't want us to remember him trying to debate people on Chuds and just completely
God,
rolling
that was
over.
a fucking embarrassment. Jar can't debate. Jar can't debate to save his fucking life. Someone that sub cannot dare try to debate.
Professor Dreadlock, come in here and debate for me.
Activate Stan ability, Professor Dreadlock.
Also on a business trip and coming home on Saturday, I was planning to look over both docs with him very carefully. I have the worst case of dyslexia in the world, so it's very hard for me to do that myself. Yeah,
you
my
don't.
dyslexia
And-
often leads me to focus more
But he
on
puts
what I
that
can
up
hear.
there. Like go back to his little screenshot there about
I do a lot of drugs. It took me time to get off cock. Wait, what? I do a lot of drugs. It took me time to get off cock, and I didn't do it much. He's full of shit.
Okay, so tell
So
me.
he's addicted to cock? Is that what he's saying?
Well, yes. Well, he's trying to say cocaine.
Oh,
But-
coke.
but he's-
Okay.
He's saying this to Lio Convoy.
Why are all these people addicted to coke recently? Fucking Bo Blacks, fucking Jar, like if Nick Ricada, are you all getting it from fucking what's his face, Dick Masterson? Do I need to fucking organize an airdrop to prevent the YouTube commentary community from fucking dying? Because like I could get rid of the Barbie Dream Mansion in a second if that's what's causing all this.
But this is mid-January 2024. So, tell me, how much does this have to do with the topic that he's talking about? As he's saying
Nothing.
it?
Fucking nothing. It has nothing to do with anything. Him being addicted to coke is yet again just another cop-out. And it's funny because he's not addicted to coke, he's addicted to cock.
Like, throughout this whole thing, he has no idea
It's an excuse.
what people are critiquing. They think that he's being critiqued for not reading.
Yeah, no.
And
You
they're
don't
saying, "No, it's
understand.
okay."
I have Asperger's. I'm addicted to cock, and I'm dyslexic. And
this has
everyone
everything
told
to
me
do
the
with
video
Cindy
was
Bear.
good.
And this has nothing to do with the Cindy Bear
Do you know what
stuff.
this sounds like? It sounds like the fucking Roblox kid. I had a virus. I was on the computer and I had a virus and I was trying to close the computer. Why did your pants slip down? Like, come on, Jar.
But
Your
it's
pants
incredible
has
that
slipped down, Jar. Quit trying to say anything.
he thinks this is what he's being criticized for, because Himpleton told him that he should have read the document, and so he's betting everything on the fact that I couldn't have read the document because I'm dyslexic. He thinks that's the reason why
Guys,
people don't trust his
I
opinion.
can't read. I'm
But-
illiterate.
But no one cares about that.
Why?
They care. They care about that interview.
Why are you a fucking upstanding YouTube commentator if you're addicted to cock and can't read?
But no one is criticizing him for that. They're criticizing him for how he acted in that interview.
Yeah, he wasn't reading in
he's
the
talking
interview. What the
about
fuck
that.
does reading have to do with anything?
Yeah,
Do that
he
myself.
doesn't
Yeah, my
understand
dyslexia
reality
often
at all.
Also, Jar, I've done stupid shit. I've been exposed for shit. I got canceled for shit. I have dyslexia. I don't have autism or whatever the fuck you have, but like I've done a lot of the same shit that you've done, and I think what you did here was fucking stupid.
Leads me to focus more on what I can hear rather than what I can read. Now I want to make this clear. When I have people look over certain drafts of videos I've made, I'm not just going to blindly agree with
Also,
whatever-
Jar's a fucking liar. Do you want to know what the last video me and Jar worked on was?
Trying to think of time period.
Well, actually, there was 2 last videos.
Could have been anything in that time period. What were they?
So, he had me work on a video with him about Archie Sonic versus someone else. And in that video, because this is when he was in the power scaling community, in that video, he gave me a script and he asked me to look it over. And in that script, he talked about the Dark Chaos Emeralds and a bunch of other shit that just wasn't real. And I told him, like, no, Jar, this isn't real. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This isn't in the continuity. This isn't anything to do with this. Take it out. Guess what made it into the final draft of that fucking video? The thing that I told him was factually incorrect. It made it into the final draft. And then the one that really fucking pushed me off of fucking associating with him and doing shit with him was my Chris Chan video with him. Back when I was blowing up on YouTube with Chris Chan content and I had the highest views I ever fucking had. Jar hits me up and he's like, hey, you wanna do a Chris Chan video? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I fucking worked with him to do a Chris Chan video. And in the thing, he was gonna call Chris the CWC. And I said, that's fucking stupid. Don't call him the CWC, it's just Chris. And then when the final fucking video came out, he said the CWC. and everyone bullied him for saying the
It's important
CWC.
that I make a joke about the CW.
It's every time that someone tells him not to do anything, he immediately thinks it's a conspiracy of people
Well, I'm
trying to
saying,
tell him to not
what's
do the
the
right
point
thing.
of showing people shit and asking for advice if you don't fucking take the advice? He's looking for
Maybe-
yes men to agree with him.
It's all the cock that he's smoking.
Yeah, he's a professional cock addict.
Opinion they have. If they disagree with something in my video, I have a discussion with them about it. That being said,
There's him
9
and
out of
Jaden
10
again.
times it comes down to just me rewording a certain point. I can't even begin to tell you all the different opinions people gave me on how I should go about making my response to all the allegations. This is why I was considering having Chud look over the video, because I considered him to be an objective person. Granted, I went back and forth on whether I wanted him to look over it privately.
Just saying, this is my take on it. It's probably wrong. I don't really care. You reached out to Chud because Chud was someone that's critical of you, and if Chud agrees, then you can be like, Chud has no reason to cock ride me. He has no reason to like me. In fact, he was very critical of me, but yet he agrees with me that Cinny is innocent. But he didn't agree.
Dylan wants me. I know that Dylan wanted me to say that I was 100% in the wrong. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not going to take that route of admitting to lies and rumors about Chaos Emeralds that he made up for clout.
Yeah, the Dark Chaos Emeralds are very real.
Or on a live stream. I was also encouraged to have Chud look over my video by people like Romantic Goblin and Cinny.
You could correct me if I'm wrong. but
Why are you
say
talking
something
to
about
Romantic
Chud watching
Goblin?
Something she also watched but was happy with the conclusion of.
Yeah,
When you
no, I
called
said
in
the
for
exact same thing on a stream that you had no issues with.
I agreed to do this, even though I didn't know that much about Chud. I just knew he did a video on me a really long time ago, and out of any video I've ever seen on me, I thought it was the best one ever made.
He's said that to so many other fucking people. He is so fucking disingenuous. I've heard him say that to other people who were critical of him. He blows off people who are critical on him so then he can befriend them and turn them into an ally. He did it with fucking me. He did it with Doodle Tones. He did it with so many other people. Anyone that's ever been fucking critical of him, he fucking sucks them off and then tries to act like he's their friend. Just so they won't fucking, like, screw him over. Because that's what he's afraid of. He only cares about his social reputation.
Actually, it just hit me where I was thinking, like, you know, he just put Romantic Goblin and Chud Logic on the same level. But I just realized that with his debate on Chud Logic, where he completely rolled over and just let everyone else speak and, like, he just stayed quiet, that it sounded like a Senate call.
Yeah, basically.
Where people go into the Senate call and they think if they just sit there and they outlast and everything, that they'll be let back in the House.
Or like the Bo Blacks call with fucking Augie.
Mm-hmm.
They should have tried to
Or,
get Keemstar in so Jar would run away.
Yeah, Flamenco would do that all the time, where he would just sit there quietly, and then he would just wait for people to get bored and move on to something else. And you're like, oh,
I mean, that's Jar's
Yeah, guys.
That's Jar's big strategy, and I'm sure the reason why this video got delayed is he thought people would quit caring about the drama. He'd upload a video defending himself and be like, another victory for me. But, like, people still care, and they're still giving him shit, and he's actually terrified that this is gonna ruin him.
and the way that he's presenting it just reinforces the things that people cared about and would have forgotten by now. Like, he's leaving out anything that would make him look good.
Yeah.
He just throws
Ironically-
everything that's worst at us and thinks that means that we're all gonna think, oh, he's addressing the worst parts. I don't understand how he is this bad at YouTubing.
He was covering my video. He was covering my video on cancel culture.
Never know for what or when you'll be cancelled. Maybe you were live streaming and you suddenly screamed out the N-word. Maybe you lied about a drama which caused people to dig into your past about other dramas you have talked about. Maybe you're completely innocent and the allegations against you are false. But
Yeah, the one time Jar was innocent, he's gonna fucking show that picture. Hey guys, I got accused of something and I totally didn't do it, so I changed my name, my identity, and I hid for years, and then came back with 100,000 subs and defeated them.
Do you remember John Swan?
Yeah, we remember John Swan, unfortunately. Nicholas Diorio's desperately trying to forget it.
But
Like-
too many people are against you and they won't listen.
Who
Maybe you'll
in
have to
Jar's
prove you're
audience
innocent.
knows who
I
John
don't
Swan
care.
is?
Probably a lot of these people. They're obsessed with this shit.
Cancellation will come for me one day. It comes
But
for
he
everyone.
never
It's
talked
not
about
just
John
if it will
Swan
happen to
outside
me,
of the,
it's when. Will it happen in
uh,
2025, 2022? Or
Zai
maybe
stuff.
this
My thing is like, cancellation comes for everyone, but it matters how you handle it. And
He isn't canceled. He
Well,
has his platform.
he's losing subscribers. He's losing
Yeah, but he-
subscribers and he's getting hate comments. So he considers that to be canceled.
But it's not. To be canceled, you have to be canceled. You know, that a sub loss is, it's just
Well, really,
drama.
not even too many people have covered this drama. It's not as big as he thinks it is. It could easily be forgotten, but like he keeps fucking it up every step of the way.
year. We won't know for sure until it happens.
Yeah, that video aged like a fine wine. I may not fully understand myself as a person, but I do understand that I say off-the-cuff stuff all the time, and that I'm autistic. Me getting cancelled was never a question of
Shut
if
up,
it would
Jar.
happen, but when. I was never foolish enough to believe that I would be the only autistic man on the internet to never get cancelled. If my roommate
Okay,
came
he's
home
bringing
on
this up
time, he
because of
definitely would have
Spockter.
told me, hey, this draft sucks, and you need to change a lot of things about it.
You're a liar. You wouldn't do
bringing
it for
this-
Sonic the Hedgehog. What makes me think that you would do it for Cindy?
He's bringing this up because of Spockter's video on Dream.
It. This is
'Cause
why I didn't ask my
Spockter
roommate
was
to
talking
help
about
me
how
debate anyone.
ADHD
He loves
is worse
debating,
than
and he's
autism
really good
for
at it,
some
but he
reason.
only had superficial context as to what was going on, so it wouldn't have been right for me to ask him for help. Me asking him to jump into a random stream and help me debate a topic he didn't know
What
that
the-
much about would have more than likely made things worse for me. On top of that, with a little bit of the
Guys, that
situation I
make-
did explain to him, he told me it was a bad idea.
Okay,
to get
what is he
involved.
reading here?
Yes.
What-
No,
does this
that's
belong to?
that's his old video that's playing in the background. He's just stupid enough to leave the text on the screen for a completely different conversation because he's dumb.
I absolutely regret not listening to him, and I'm so sorry for it.
Oh,
Some people
God.
I'm so sorry for it.
said I should have flagged or copyright strike down Kumo's video, but I'm gonna be honest here. Once a video is out there, it's kind of out there. And
Yeah, it is out there, but like literally it would be uploaded by people with less relevant sub counts, so then it wouldn't get as much traction. Plus it would show that you do not stand by that video and that it wasn't something you intended to upload. Like, it would be completely valid to strike that video. And once you strike a video, you can enter that strike into the YouTube copyright system. So if anyone else tries to re-upload it, they will also get struck. And I would totally 100% agree with that fucking method for you, because they stole your content before it was meant to be uploaded and didn't transform in any meaningful way. They didn't commentate over it. They didn't dissect it. They just re-uploaded it.
When Kumo has been in trouble with that before, where he thinks that just blurring someone's art
Or putting a cat on the screen. Yeah.
just makes it yours.
I'm so sorry. I'm sure you're disappointed in my shitty little song.
I've seen what happens to other YouTubers when they try to strike down a video.
Mundane Matt struck down tons of videos that were critical of him for no fucking reason. I don't remember what that fucking redheaded bitch did, but I remember that it was fucking invalid. John
Okay,
Swan
that-
was trying to cover up critique, and
No. That specific thing is from when Kai Weiss struck Akumu.
oh, that was when Kai Weiss struck Akumu. Well, John Swan
Yeah,
also
and
struck
John
people.
Swan. Yeah, and John Swan debated Kai Weiss about it. But
Ah, okay.
Jar is so out of it that he thinks the Kai Weiss thing is the thing that people remember about John Swan.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but
Yeah. Like, he flashed John Swan up 2 times before with no indication of who it was. Like, the closest thing that people in this audience are going to know him for is when John Swan wrote
that one on the
those grooming allegations on behalf of someone else, and Destiny debunked them.
that person on the bottom left, it's Jaylin.
Yep, that's Jalen.
Yeah.
This is the most cursed blunt rotation.
I have no idea who they are or what they did. I avoided that person
Oh.
altogether.
Oh boy, yeah, I could tell you stuff with Jalen.
Just tell me if the
Okay.
copyright strikes are valid or not.
Ah, boy. Okay. Jalen. Who is the name of the guy in the Minecraft community who died of like a cancer?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so Jalen did this whole thing of like no one should be making profit off of this person's sickness, and then boom, as soon as they died, they made a video about it. They made dream videos constantly. They actually had a large audience based on muckraking within the Minecraft community.
That's funny because I think it was just Dylan, one of my old accounts that I deleted a while back. I talked about how people shouldn't be exploiting that. And I'm pretty sure that at the time they approved of that video and they liked that video. And it's funny to hear that they went on to fucking also exploit his death.
Yeah, just immediately went onto that. Like the whole point of shaming people for doing it was so that Jalen could have the time.
I want to say his name was
that-
Technoblade. Was that it?
Technoblade, that's right. Yeah, she wanted to get rid of them because otherwise it would suck the oxygen out of the room for her own Technoblade video. And what she struck people for was there was someone did a AI parody of Jalen. So
Well, that's completely fair.
yeah,
Like that's fair use. Jalen's in the
Mhm.
wrong. So like all those people, they're in the wrong. Every single one of
Yeah.
them. So it's not comparable to your thing.
well, the Illimation thing is complicated. I
don't
guess,
know who
depending on what
Illimation
viewpoint.
is either, really.
Okay, Illimation made a video talking about how it's okay to eat what you want at at a campfire, like that people shouldn't be shamed for wanting to eat s'mores. And there's a right-wing guy who's a fitness fitness is part of their thing, and they also do the jar anti-woke stuff. And he attacked Illimation over it, and there was a whole bunch of people that he sent over her way. She didn't deal well with the pressure. She said in her thing that if people are harassing you, go report them. And he took that to mean that, go report my video, go get me taken down. And so that
Oh.
turned into this whole thing. But everyone piled onto her with it. No one was defending her.
So
at
Jar
all.
would
And
be
then-
like the only that would be the only one somewhat comparable to Jar, and it's not
Mhm.
even the same type of strike.
Yeah, Noah Samson came in, and in this case, Jar would be Noah Samson. Because Noah Samson did not do a very good job at defending
Well, it's a
Ellie.
bad comparison.
Yeah, long story short, it doesn't end well for them. Kumo uploading my video ruined a lot of things for me. It kept me from reaching out to Jack and doing
I'm
further
honestly
research
You
on
should have
surprised
reached
that he
out to
didn't.
Jack from the beginning. That's not Kumo's fault. That's your fault.
Well, he wanted sound bites to use of, well, maybe not even that, because he's too lazy with its editing.
the topic. Even if I didn't upload my unfinished draft, I still would have received a ton of backlash. Just not as much
Why would
backlash
you
as
have
I'm receiving
uploaded the
now.
unfinished draft? You
I think
idiot.
if people found out you had an unfinished draft and you went on for an extra week and it still came out very similarly, you would have got more backlash. Because then it shows you had even more time to do the right thing and just not upload it, and you still uploaded it.
Because
Yeah,
of my
because
lack
he
of
was worried
research on
that
the
Kumo had the reach to take him out. Like, Kumo's been trying to take him out for over 2 years.
Kumo's a fucking nobody.
But no, Jar doesn't care. Like, he's in the Lio Convoy conversation.
Kumo is
Uh,
only known because his name is similar to a Kumu. That is the only reason why Kumo is known at all.
Yeah, but Lio's telling him, stop making drama content completely cold turkey.
He goes, well, I still want to come out with my T-Moss boss video. That's done.
No one cares about T-Moss Boss. Just fucking stop doing drama. But the problem is, Jar sucks at all content. He sucks at all content, and it's harder to plagiarize non-drama videos. Because if you do a drama video and you get caught plagiarizing, you can be like, well, everyone says the same thing. It's a drama. But like, if you fucking go for an analysis of media, so people can call you out for plagiarism a lot easier. Like, don't be shocked if H Bomber Guy one day fucking does a video on Jar's irrelevant ass and fucking shows all the times that he plagiarized people, because he's done it a lot.
It's like I was cracking up with the Lyle Convoy conversation because he was bringing up Spoonie and Kraut as being analogs of himself.
No, Spoonie's a pioneer. Spoonie's a fucking social media pioneer. It doesn't matter that he's fucking crazy now. He fucking revolutionized fucking reviews on the internet.
Spoonie got canceled, and I'm being canceled.
Spoonie got canceled because he didn't fucking go through with his obligation to make a shitty movie.
Oh, it's stuck in the render queue. But then he brought up T-Moz Boss. He's bringing up T-Moz Boss in 2024?
Yeah, and T-Moz Boss, his worst crime is he was a reactor before reactions were socially accepted. Now everyone's a fucking reactor, including us.
Like, he's bringing up names from, 15 years ago, and I'm cracking up that he brings up T-Moz Boss, and I couldn't remember who that was.
No one should. No one should. No one should know who he is.
I think it took me 5 full minutes and then having to look up his name to remember who T-Moz Boss was.
I know it because Jar did 18 fucking videos on him, and some of them were semi-racist. I know who T-Moz Boss is.
I did not understand how bad Cinny really was until I had a call with Himpleton. Yes, I understand he's getting canceled right now.
Do you know who Himpleton is?
No, but apparently he's also getting canceled.
He's not even getting canceled. He's just being laughed at. Jar has no idea what he's talking about. Himpleton is commentary hell. And
I know who Commentary Hell is.
Well, I mean, Commentary Hell is just sort of a subgenre. He's the one who wears the yellow ski mask with an H on the forehead.
Yeah. I know who he is.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, and he interviewed.
Can you show a picture of the people you're talking about, Jar, instead of just a random fucking image?
Well, no, he can bring up images of John Swan and not tell us who he is, and we'll all know. But he can bring up Himpleton,
and just show a DM,
and Romantic Goblin, and assume that we all know.
Yeah, 8 years from now, no one's gonna know what you're talking about. I barely know what you're talking about now. Let's just watch the rest of this segment.
Blow up even more, but he still explained the situation to me and helped me understand where I went wrong. So for that, I have to thank him. Apparently, Cindy told Enno that it wasn't a big deal that she had a rape fetish at 11.
Thank you, Himpleton.
And she also got
having a rape fetish in general is a big deal.
Enno, who was 14 at the time, to read out the rape comic. And that makes sense.
Yeah, if you have a minor read out a rape comic, you're a groomer. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
What a believable sigh.
Than I originally was led to believe. When I was 14, I did an unpaid internship for a ranger station. And one time this guy came by and we were cleaning up the canyon together. And he showed me a whole bunch of porno magazines.
Okay, so Jar's pulling a Doodle Tones and saying that he got groomed. I think that's a good point to end it on. So, Jar has pulled out every single fucking excuse that he can to try to get out of this situation. He said that he was dyslexic, autistic,
that he works a job.
Oh yeah, that he touches grass, and that he was also groomed.
And he keeps bringing up that he's dating Flamenco's girlfriend.
So this was shit. That was all of his Cine situation segment. We are at an hour beyond recording. Next time we are gonna go over the simping allegations, and that'll probably be a whole video. And then the Jaden stuff, and God, the fart fetish. That'll probably be typed into Jaden. I don't fucking know. But
I can't wait till we get to Ponder Sprocker, because that matches up perfectly with an entire verse from Toxic Gossip Train.
But yeah, Jar, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. The problems that you are suffering from now are things that you've been suffering from for over a decade. You constantly make the same mistake and just hop into a different community over and over and over again. You're never gonna fucking learn from this shit. I don't expect you to learn from this shit. I'm just here to laugh at it because you're a silly man, Jar.
Am I wrong about this video being a 1-to-1 translation of Toxic Gossip Train?
I don't know.
Like through him going through this video, each part lines up with the next lyric in that song.
But before we go, I want the whole class to stand up for the Jar national anthem. Let it roll.
My eyes have seen the glory of the cleansing of YouTube, debunking SJWs and feminazis too. We criticize reactionists in hopes they get the boot. Just the robot marches on.